This is our first budget hearing for 2026 budget. If everyone would stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we normally don't do this, but I'm going to open in prayer this evening. If you would bow your heads, you can stand if you'd like. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this opportunity to serve our community. We thank you for the privilege and honor to be here to serve everyone the best of our ability. And let us be in one mind, Lord, that we can help, serve, and give honor. And Father, we just thank you and bless us, give us wisdom and knowledge out of what the normal is. And we ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so this evening we can, do we just want to start on page 1 and just start going through? How do we want to start?
Sharon, I am going to throw out, because we got confused last year, should we look at the health and safety tax and get those off the books as far as the wages are concerned for the ones that qualify for it? And get that out of the way?
We can. That's a great place to start.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't know what it's going to be. I'm recommending going percentage-wise rather than dollar-wise, because we don't know how many dollars we're looking
Well,
at.
actually, we do have an amount, an estimated amount, right?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
$457,017.
Yeah.
How much?
$457,017 is what the state has estimated,
Yes.
which is about $26,000 less than we are receiving this year.
And that's the safety tax levy?
Yes. The
What
public.
about the new levies that are coming?
The new
I'm
what?
talking about next year.
The tier, so the tier starts next year?
No,
When does it start?
I don't know. I just know this is what they've said for 2026.
You said 457,000 and
$17.
$457,017.
Okay.
And previously,
I think the only ones that qualify for it is 911 and the sheriff's department.
sheriff,
Unless it was somebody else was missing.
no, and volunteer fire department. They qualify. They're emergency.
What did we give them last year?
40, so it was 50.
50 total,
Yes.
50 total, fire?
yes.
Each
Volunteer fire
or
department,
50?
yes.
Each, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, 5,000 of it came from the highway department, and then last year, only 32 came from public safety because we got less than we thought we were gonna get, so the commissioners made up the balance from opioid funds.
The non-restricted?
Yes,
How much is in that balance right now, non-restricted?
I do not know off the top of my head, and I can't tell you how much of that is committed.
So my proposal for the volunteer, this is what Jane and I was crunching some numbers today, and which we cannot do 50,000 again this year because of the cut that we have. But since the highway department gives $5,000 per each volunteer fire department doing, which we would be able to from the public safety tax, doing 32,000 to make it a total of 37,000 each. And that would It's not as much as it was last year, but it's what would be doable.
Are any of the other departments that's eligible asking for increases over last year?
No. No. And they're not asking for an increase.
So let me get this right. We're projecting 26,000 less this year than last year, correct?
Yes.
And last year we were how much in the hole?
Wasn't it 50,000?
Too much.
Yeah, from what we budgeted to what we actually received was not quite, it was 40, I want to say 40 something.
Yeah, 40, almost 50,000.
So we're 76,000 less from just projected, right?
Yes.
So we really need to make sure that we don't get in that pinch again and not spend it to our maximum.
That's right.
Let's try to hold some of that back.
How much more increase are we going to see for the sheriff's department with the new facility?
That won't be funded from here. I mean, you won't, it won't affect this budget.
Well, it won't for the work release or but could be some we transfer over that will be funded from here though, won't there?
No, because they're already being funded from the jail lit.
So that's not in the budget. Okay.
So you're saying the only thing we're gonna take out of the safety tax is the fireman, that's it?
No,
No.
nothing additional. You also have to pay the raises that you gave last year for the sheriff out of here.
Right.
The $7,000 raises.
All those
But
raises are
I'm
coming
saying,
out of it.
Bob's question was, would there be additional coming out because of when we open the new women's work release? And I'm saying no, that's already covered in a different budget.
Does the fire department have anything to say?
Glenn, you want to hear?
Yep.
It's not open for a public discussion.
Chad Ripper, Chief of Bentonville. I guess the first question is any of the agencies that got this money last year getting cut that? So we got 50,000 last year, and I don't like to really combine them because we were getting 5,000 for a few years for the trees. We've been getting that for a long time. This is kind of a different account, different whatever. We got 45,000 from the lit is what we got.
My question
No,
to you,
you
what have
got-
you done with the 50,000 you got last year?
We didn't cover our tanker. Yeah, that didn't even cover our tanker. That was about $70,000 that we had a hole in that we had to fix. Without this money last year, I don't know what we've done. It just happened to fall on a year that this come through.
But you got it.
And we got that truck back on the road and it's in service, and we cannot function without tanker.
How much time do you spend aiding the highway department?
What's that?
How much time do you spend
Oh.
aiding?
I don't have them hours I can get them for you, but a lot. Every storm we're out. We stand by for lines, we cut trees off road. I can tell you, Elephant Hill Road up here, we've been on that thing, somebody help me, 10, 15 times this year already, just that road alone.
So you earn $5,000
Oh.
from the highway department?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, we have multiple chainsaws now, we've had to buy the equipment. That's, freeing up them a lot. When there's a bad storm come through, they're also out, but every department in this room is out, and we've been on 4 runs at the same time before.
So that $5,000 buys a lot of volunteer
That's a
time.
lot. That's, to me, that comes out of,
That would actually have to be covered by the highway department,
yes.
which is wages that we would have to pay.
Yeah, the highway department cannot, I don't want to say they can't handle that, but when a storm comes through, I think they are glad we're out there. We'll set hours.
$5,000 buys us a lot
A
of
lot
volunteer
from
hours.
that part of it, yes.
And I believe we're down a few people
Yeah.
at the highway.
And we've showed up before on hills and stuff, and we got tree, and nobody's even reported it. So we'll sit there so nobody hits it until we either put barricades up or the highway comes out. Most of the time, on our case, we cut them up ourselves. We've had tractors, we've had telehandlers of our own that we go out just to get the road open so they don't have to. If there's lines in it, we may sit 3-4 hours.
So you save more than $5,000.
A lot more 5,000. And I think anybody here will tell you that.
And
Sheriff's
labor-
Department's been out, emergency management's been out. I mean, there's times we're all maxed out. And we can't sit at that tree for 4 or 5 hours with a piece of apparatus when we have a fire alarm or something else. So now we're trying to keep somebody there, but at the same time, take care of our calls.
If you weren't there volunteering, we would be paying county wages
Oh, overtime big
to
time.
do what the volunteers are doing.
100% on that. Yeah, on that part of it, percent, yeah. Yeah, you can do what you want. I don't believe I would touch that $5,000. I mean, you want to pull up that from it, and that was mentioned in the last time, and you can give it back to the county highway. I mean, this ain't a threat by any means, but if you do, then obviously we're not going out and cutting them. That's all gonna be on them, and you can pay them overtime to do it. I think that service is saving you a ton of money on that part of it.
I want to ask a dumb question. I know that they've kind of, whatever, their hiatus on volunteers, but civil defense, would they be able to do that?
We
We
don't
have
even
called
have-
EMA out a lot. There is no civil defense, but EMA,
I know.
right now, yeah, they're short. But that's another thing that we do. If we're pinned up against the wall and we've got multiple trucks sitting at lines or trees down, we will call them to free them trucks up to get going somewhere else or whatever, so. And we can also leave one of our personal vehicles there if it has to with lights, just to get that piece of apparatus back in service. So, yeah, I think that's been a big savings. And, you know, they're just as busy. It's not like we're taking money from them because they're out too. They're working. It's just, instead of being out all day and all night, maybe they're only out 5, 6 hours, you know, because we've cleaned up most of this. And we stay in contact with them. We got radio frequencies. We talk to them. 911 gives us or gives them a tree, and we bank off each other. They're clear in the south part of the county. I'm like, hey, we'll handle this. So we talk quite a bit and work well with the highway department on that. So to answer the question, yeah, that's initially what I was gonna start this for. As you counsel and you deal with the money, I think it's only right that you knew what your money went for, that you appropriated. So last year we had 2 problems. One was the NFPA coming down with rules and regs, and the other was a truck went down. Well, at that time, no idea that that truck would cost $70,000 to get back on the road. And it's not like we have a choice. We have to put, if we replace it with a new one, it's $500,000. So $70,000 is not much. And that is a 20-year-old truck. Our oldest truck is 28 years old. So we can't keep banding these things, and there is no more money to the grants out there. Years ago, 20 years ago, we got 2 trucks on a grant. I've applied right now. I know everything, Glenwood. I think I've got 6 grants in right now, just trying to go for anything we can get a hold of. Truck grants are almost non-existent anymore. A lot of your grants are for equipment, which we are doing good on that. You know, our equipment, our extrication tools, our medical, our hose, things of that nature, our gear we're staying up on the NFPA stuff on. It's our trucks, and that's a huge expense. And I can't see, they bite my tongue, I can't see any of the volunteers in this county buying a new fire truck anymore. They're outrageous. I mean, you can't buy a pumper truck for $1 million, and they're 3 years out.
Price on it was 1.2 million for a regular pumper.
Connorsville has a new one coming. As far as I know, they've had that thing on order for 3 years and still haven't seen it. And they're backlogged. I mean, so they're just not there. So we've been buying used trucks and stuff. And you buy a 20-year-old used truck, you can spend $100,000, $200,000 easy on it. And now you're back in the same problems that we have now. So, and we know our trucks now. So that's where we're at. You know, and another thing, since we're here, the second part of what I was going to talk about was, see, and I've talked to a few of you about this, on this lit money, if we could set a price. It's awful hard for us to go get it. The only way we're going to get any equipment is a loan, a truck. It's awful hard for us to have to come in here every year and say, okay, you're getting 50 this year, you're getting 10 this year, 20, 30.
Well, when you consider what you got
Can we
to
do
do before, it's pretty good, I think.
a multi-year deal? What, Bob?
If you think about what you had 2 years ago, I think we're doing the best we can, considering the city isn't giving you a darn dime.
We don't run in this.
They're getting $1 million a year and they won't give you anything.
Have you been down to the city and asked for money for us?
Have you?
Yes, I have.
And what'd they tell you?
No.
That's what I thought.
I've set up multiple meetings down there, not last year, but the year before, and got my butt in a pinch over it because I was still on the city and I was fighting a contract for them, and yet trying to pull money for these guys and fall hard. So yes, I did.
Yeah. And that's what aggravates me. They won't give anything. They're telling us we have to take the full load on here, when we're trying to keep other departments open too, and everybody's wanting raises, and we can't do it.
Right, we're not asking for a raise.
No.
We would love to have the same amount we have, and what I was getting at is a multi-year deal to be able, if we need to replace a chassis, there's no way we can get a loan on this every year, don't know where we're at. If we can set a price and do, I don't even know, open for discussion on this, if we could do a 4 or 5 year X amount like we have been doing the trees, a budget that we can count on, so if we go get a loan, we can say, okay, we've got this money here. Without this money and without a designated 5-year long-term plan here, we can't stick our neck out and go get a
And
loan.
we'd be happy to help if we could be guaranteed so much every year from the state.
Right.
But we aren't. That's, they say, this year you gotta do this, and you gotta cut this, you gotta cut this, and you can't do it.
Well, that's what I was excited about, the actual emergency services tax that can only go to the emergency service. I was excited about that because there's only 5 of us here. 911, Sheriff's Department, 3 volunteers. And I'm already hearing this year, they want to cut 13,000. Well, nobody else is getting cut. And we have things too. I mean, if it wouldn't have been for that last year in our trucks and our situation, we would be in a pinch. Now, I guess my question keeps asking is, if we're not here, you're spending millions to contract fire protection to Connorsville, I don't know, Rushville, somebody else. $135,000 to cover fire protection for the entire county is dirt cheap, in my opinion.
Well, I've recommended to people that don't really see it is if whoever's using your services should pay taxes accordingly. But it's not gonna happen.
Right. I implemented trying to get Deloitte tax just for volunteers about 8 months before the lit tax come out. And I talked to a few of you. I remember talking to you, and the discussion was Fayette County people's already get taxed enough. And I agree they are, and it got shot down. 8 months later, we come out the lit tax that flew, and it was a lot. That money that the state said that you could implement just for volunteers would take care of this. But again, that's another tax on the people. I mean, they're getting taxed to death, I get it. But that would have been a fund for us only that we could use and not get into anything else. And that's what I was excited about the emergency service tax. I thought that's what that was for. Well, it is what that's for.
But that tax would count toward the breaker, wouldn't it, Jane? If you were to do something like that, the breaker would kick in, wouldn't it, if it went over 1% for local residential housing?
No, that wouldn't have anything to do with a lit
Total
tax.
separate tax, yeah.
Yeah.
This is income tax.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, that would be, listen, I understand, it would be to the department's benefit if we could do some sort of multi-year thing. The problem with that, the problem that we've got is that we overextended ourselves last year.
Right.
Right? Through no fault of our own.
Right.
I mean, we got a
There were
bad number,
estimates.
right? And we have, when you compare salaries for folks like the sheriff's department, we were pretty low. So we needed to take some of that and bump them up so that we could, help keep people.
Right.
And unfortunately, that limits what's available for volunteers. And I think the effort right now is just trying to figure out how much we can do without getting ourselves in the same situation we were in last year. And once you commit to those increases like we did, then that's what we got to pay. I don't think but the majority of those folks pay are in other budgets, right? So I don't know that it's necessarily been determined if the sheriff's department's not going to have some sort of decrease. So the way I look at it is we're all in this together, and we're all going to take a hit, one way or another. If we do things the right way,
Right.
we're all going to take a hit. And you know, I appreciate what you guys do. I think, you know, when I see fires, the remnants of fires that happen out there, and I have friends that are on the department and they put stuff out on social media, and you see what you guys have to go through, man. And to think that you're doing it
Right.
as a volunteer is pretty awesome. And, you know, we want to be supportive of that, but we're limited in everything.
I understand.
So.
Well, one thing I want to entertain this idea of doing something for 5 years. I think that's a wonderful idea, and I think that's something that you can put a budget for. So I would like to table this to have further discussion with the council, because I'm not going to make a hasty decision on something that's important. So I would like to make, or I will make a motion to table this for further discussion for a longer, you can call it a contract, an agreement, whatever, so that the volunteer fire departments can have something for long term, for at least 5 years, so they can make a 5-year plan.
I'll second.
Can I have a
Is
question?
that open for discussion?
What's been the past monies? I know last
Well,
year.
this is the first year we got some public safety, and this is the first year we've given to the fire department, so yeah, there's no.
Minus the 5,000,
Okay.
we've not
Yeah.
ever got anything yet.
And I think it's an important service, and I think it's something that needs to be looked into more than just making a decision on, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna do it, and this is why.
Right. I mean, every person that passes through city or county has some kind of budget, and I realize you can't, it's hard to set a price, but it's impossible for us to put our neck out there to go get any kind of loan if we have no idea. Seats change, politics change, we could be left high and dry with a big loan on a truck, and we just don't know where we're at.
Well, you understand, if we set a 5-year budget for that, it's going to be much lower than what you may end up getting. In other words, this year, we're saying 37 or 40, but we may say
That's
we
not
guarantee you
necess-
$25,000 a year, anything more than that.
Not necessarily.
I mean, we might guarantee you we're gonna get you $25,000 a year. And if we get more than that, that's fine, but you'll get that much, something like that.
I don't agree with that.
We need to crunch the
Well,
numbers.
we've got a budget here for a whole bunch of people besides just the volunteer fire department.
True.
You're wanting to guarantee that we can't give unless we set a figure there that you're gonna get this much at least.
I am only asking for emergency services tax, not anything else. That is exactly what that is for.
There's
And
a
you only have
motion
so
on-
much of that tax, and you only have 5 people to give it to.
Well, that's another subject altogether. It's gonna
Okay,
have to
so
come
we
outside
have a
this council.
second, all in favor?
You want to take roll call?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Connie,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Yay,
Yes.
Bob,
It's a table.
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
and Sharon.
So moved.
Okay.
Okay, we will,
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions for us or before?
no, but thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, how you do, guys.
Chad, what number are you seeking? What number?
What's that?
What amount are you seeking?
Last year was 45 and 5. I would like to keep the 5 where it is, just because that's been years. I mean, that's set, something we do. I realize everybody has to take a cut. I realize everybody has to go down. If we could get some kind of multi-year deal, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but 40, 37, if we could boot the 37 and the 5, we could probably make it work. We all sit down before this all come about, and we sit down at budgets and we talked about what kind of number from this tax would keep us just operating. We come up with 45. You know, we haven't got raises from the township trustees for a while. You know, everything's got higher, doubled. I mean, we're just paying the bills. Our insurance is half of our income. I mean, we're spending $25,000 to $30,000 on insurance. That's not heating the building, that's not buying fuels. We're in a spot to where we're operating, we just cannot improve. We got equipment that's 28 years old. We have to continue. Now, again, the small equipment, we're doing pretty good on the grants. It's the trucks and that kind of thing. That's gonna bite us coming up. I mean, you know, you can't just keep patching. Glenn would put a new chassis into their grass street. I don't know if that's what the money they use. Everton worked on their rescue. So all the trucks It's going for, you know, the taxpayer. I mean, to roll these trucks and that stuff right there. Our next truck is our rescue. We have got to do something with the rescue truck. That truck runs on almost every run we got. And, you know, when we're running clear over Union County line, Rush County line, Henry, and Wayne County lines, we've got a big area that we're running that truck. And that truck runs all, you know, all the time. So that's the next purchase, and it's, you know, it's got some age and some problems too. So that's kind of what we're, our next vision, whether we put a chassis under it, whether we get another used truck, whatever, but we just can't do anything with this every year not knowing what we're doing.
Do you also get assistance from Union County, Wayne County?
No, that's strictly mutual aid. When they have a fire, we have automatic mutual, just Bentonville, I'm not speaking with them guys, but Everton and Glenwood have not mutual aid too. We are automatic mutual aid to Wayne County, Henry County, Rush County, and Fayette County. Any fire in Fayette County, we run the entire county, and then we're mutual aid to Milton, Strawn, and Raleigh over there, automatic. So, you know,
With that being said, they come help us too.
yeah, they come help us too. It's a
That's why I
mutual aid
thought you get help
agreement.
from other counties.
There's no money changed either direction. They help us, we help them. That's just a mutual aid. We don't, same with the city. If they have a big fire, a lot of times Everton's the first one to come in. There's no money exchanged. They cover that. If they ruin a section of hose or crash a truck, it's on them. The city doesn't pay that. It's the same way if Connersville comes out in the county, assist us, and they do something, that's on them. It's just a mutual aid agreement that if we need resources, we can call any of these departments and they're gonna be there. Either way, that's how that works. So.
Could you in any way track the savings that you are giving the county highway by, I mean, I know it.
I can come up with a number of
It would
runs.
be difficult.
I can
but
come up with
mean,
runs and hours exactly.
Show us
Yeah.
what it would have cost us otherwise.
Yeah. We can do that with all three. With our reporting system, we can see every time we go out on trees or lines or whatever for them.
I mean, that has value.
Oh, yeah. You'll probably be surprised the amount of hours. But yeah, I'll gladly do that. Work on that, won't be too bad.
Another thing to add to his is, you take the trees down and take power lines down. If it's a storm, like he said, we may sit there for 3 to 4 hours. We can't even touch the tree because the power lines are in. So we sit there and wait on the energy company.
But what would
We can't
happen,
touch anything, so it could be a 4 or 5 hour scene before they even get there.
what's gonna happen if you're not there?
Well, we talked about that last year with the sheriff's department. You guys had asked, can the sheriff's department start carrying chainsaws? And the question being, say they get another call, say they get a fight call, they leave, there's nobody there, somebody comes around the corner and hits that tree.
You're gonna have some
County's
liabilities.
liable then.
Every hour has a value.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where the liability status, the liability outreaches a lot of the
Right.
buying issues.
Yes, it does.
Chad, are you the chief for Bentonville? And then Chad, you still at Everton?
Yes, sir.
Who is at Glenwood? Who's the chief?
Dale.
Dale.
Switch your hand.
And this said money covers all three?
Yes. It's the 5,000 is 5,000 per department. Yes. And the lit was 45 per department.
Bring us a number for what you're saving us.
We'll do. We'll get the hours together and the number of runs and break it down and give you all a copy.
Thank you.
The lit wasn't 45 though, I'm sorry, because there wasn't enough money in the lit. So it would end up being 32 out of lit
Okay,
and
yeah.
18.
And then you pulled
Yeah.
that out, correct. So it wasn't all that money,
Sorry.
right?
So it was 32.
Only because it couldn't be.
Right.
It would have been,
Right.
but we just didn't get as much.
Right.
But it was 32 minus the 26 we're projecting, so it's actually gone down quite a bit then, right?
Well, last year, we were gonna give them 45 out of the lit fund, but there wasn't enough money in that fund, so we were only able to give 32 there, and we gave the balance, the 12,000 for each one out of a different fund.
And now,
That particular fund, Kay asked the balance a while ago, and the fund that we used last year or this year to give them the difference now only has $2,700 in it,
and we're projecting another
So-
$26,000 loss this year, right?
23.
23,000. And is that,
No, I'm sorry, 23 is what we need to cut from this, 26 is what we're going to lose.
so,
But from this budget request, for what we've requested 480, we can only spend 457. So we
And-
need to cut that budget by 23.
just so I'm sure, I'm clear on this, those other ones are already specified and already spent based on salaries for those other entities, right?
Yes.
Okay. Not good news.
So on this discussion, do you want me to bring this back Thursday, or what do you, is this a special meeting we're having, or what do we want to? Do we want to have this?
Could you
Back.
send it all to us in an email before Thursday?
We won't be here
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, we're having another session on
We got
Thursday.
area planning Thursday night.
We have this budget too, that we set last month.
Well, I won't
Is
be
it in here?
I
No,
can't make
it's
it, I'm
Thursday.
getting a shot in my eye till 2:30, 3 o'clock, so.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll get that to all of you before Thursday, and we'll be back Thursday.
Thanks,
Fair
sir.
enough?
fair enough.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. Okay. Moving
So
on.
do we have a figure for 911 and Sheriff's Department then, that estimate percentage-wise on the safety tax?
It was a dollar.
Well, you'll have to budget, for those, you'll have to budget the same amount you did this year, because you've given the raises, you can't take those back. So your only way to save money there would be get rid of staff.
So giving the fire department's this reached 467.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You set theirs at 137, and given those raises, does all those total up to 467?
No, the raises need to be that same dollar amount they were last year, that 371. Like that was when we said this is how many people at this amount, and then there's the matching Social Security and retirement on it.
Because you gave it as a raise.
So I'm saying the only room in that budget that has wiggle room is the donation line. Because you can't
Unless you
take
reduce
back
staff.
those raises.
Unless you reduce staff.
Which doesn't mean you can't look at some other budget in some other way. But I'm saying for this particular budget,
Okay.
And on 911 and,
Sheriff's.
no, on the interlocal agreement, we were gonna wait to do anything with 911 and,
oh, same with 911, yeah.
and those other categories until we come to an agreement on the interlocal agreement, because we can't do a dollar amount until we know what we're going to do with that.
What do you think that will happen here?
We're having a meeting tonight. So those are, I guess you call it tabled right now too, until we decide what's going to happen there. We're having a meeting after this. So let's go ahead and just start with, is there another area that someone wants to go over before we start just going through the budget book?
No, they're all ugly.
Pardon me?
They're all ugly. Doesn't matter which part.
Yeah.
So you're just
Well-
gonna start on page 1?
On page 1, with the 4D,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You're doing county general, page 1?
which one do you want to start with?
But I don't care. I just thought that's not where I thought you were going. I thought you were doing the back part of the book, so
Okay.
I just wanted to catch up. So you're doing county general.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Cut $3 million.
Okay, and on the 4D, Betty she actually let go one of her employees. I think it was a part-time, right?
One of the attorneys.
Yes. And she has actually cut her,
What page are you on?
but page 1,
One.
That's where I'm at.
by 30,500. And to keep calling, she had requested 4,500 because of the cuts that she did. The only thing that would, to bring Colin to the $35,000 would be $4,500, an increase. And the 4D fund, it's a collection of the child support. And they won't be receiving their felony diversion grant in 2026. So, and then on page 20 is her. Or the chief deputy.
Prosecutor now.
Yeah, the prosecutor. And he is paid by the state.
You see on page 20, which line?
Find it here. Is the second deputy the same thing as the chief prosecutor?
No,
Or chief deputy
no,
prosecutor?
the chief deputy's not in here because she's paid by the state.
Okay, that's why he's not showing, yeah.
So
So just call him the second deputy.
yeah, that would be calling,
Yeah.
yeah. Taking him the 45 to 60.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Jane?
And possible.
And that budget,
Go ahead.
right, and this year, we were paying him 40,500 out of that budget. She's requesting 60 now for him to make up for the loss of the grant funds.
Right, and she had cut, getting rid of the part-time, the 10,750. Let me find that.
So she loses the grant money, we make up the difference.
If you want to, yeah, if you want to keep him,
And if you don't, you lose another prosecutor.
Okay.
Huh?
If you don't, you lose a prosecutor. Or
And
attorney in the office.
she suggested a couple places to cut is a 20100, the office supplies. Cut them from 2,000 to 1,500. 30801, the conferences. This is another possible cut, that would be
Paid by the
1,000.
state.
And then
Everyone's gone.
the dues and subscriptions, the 30910, that is 600 to cut, and that would be a $3,000 cut if you cut those areas.
Are you gonna turn our screens on, Jane?
you have to turn it on yourself, the buttons. Press it
No, just, is it
on the top, I think.
oh, it's on the side here.
Yeah.
All right. Come on, technology. You hold it, man.
This whole-
Talk.
Have you got yours?
Is it the first or second one, Scott?
Hold it.
I did hold it.
I think I did the first one.
First.
There we go.
There's one on top.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, there it is.
You gotta set that up every light and there's light.
So how much
So
is
anyway-
the part-time from page 1, account 10190? That's the elimination, is that right?
She cut out the 10190, yes, it was 19,750 last year.
So you, in other words, you can say we've saved, we're gonna eliminate that.
Certainly are.
I'm sorry?
Is that correct? So in other words, you could say we're eliminating that?
Yes.
Not gonna
Yeah,
spend
she pulled out already though.
That's where she was coming up with the amount to pay Colin.
We got the 1,000 in conferences on page 20. But we've got conferences 3,400 on page 1. Is that correct?
Yes. And that was some of the cuts that she said could be made. Is as
So 25, they only spent 2,000.
2,000, yeah. So that's a savings thus far of 1,200. No, 14 so far.
Why is conferences on both? Is it,
Even though they're run out of the same office, they're two different programs, and they're treated separately by the state. So like when you're looking at 4D, this 4D child support expenses are, some of that is reimbursable from the state, so that it's tracked separately. And then we also do, like, they have a cost allocation plan every year where they can come in and say, okay, so this is how much was spent on child support. So we get money back in a couple different ways for that.
so does it make more sense to put it in one and not the other, or? to do
It makes
the-
more sense to leave it in 4D than to put it in the prosecutor, yes.
Okay.
So we're taking out the full 1,000 on the prosecutor?
Taking it out, what do you mean?
Well, it's easier leaving it 4D than it is on the prosecutor. I didn't know if you don't need it on the prosecutor taking out 4D, do we?
Well, we zeroed the conferences line in the prosecutor budget, we zeroed that.
Yeah.
Already, that was one of Betty's suggestions if we had to cut.
So that's the issue.
We didn't cut.
Yeah, the
So
1,000.
Jan's already
and
moved it
then
to zero, see, where it's highlighted. And she also put a zero where the dues and subscriptions are. So we should do that.
And just so I'm seeing this clearly, it looks like she's asking for an increase in wages for some of the folks, is that correct?
The bookkeeper, the 10163, she requested an increase from 13,925 to 14,425.
That's the 40, right?
The others are the same,
Oh, that's it, yeah,
except for
that's
Colin,
the-
except for the second deputy. I'm sorry, I'm in the prosecutor one right now.
Yeah.
So actually altogether we'd be cutting 2, 3, 36 out of the prosecutor, right? Or we're not taking that all the way down though, are we taking the 2,000 to
Yeah,
15, leaving
If you
5?
look down at the bottom here, she's got total that for where it's at right now.
55.
Well, that's what I have in my book.
With the state we're in right now, I don't know that we should be offering increases of salary at all this year.
for that extra money for Colin, it's not an increase?
Well, not that one, I was talking about
Okay.
the bookkeeper.
I'm sorry.
No, I get the Collins thing, that's a.
It's because
we
of the
gotta do that.
grant, yeah.
I was thinking more like the bookkeeper, it's $500. I know it's not that much money in the grand scheme of things. But like if we're not gonna have them in one office, we probably shouldn't have them in any office. That's that's why I look at it.
Are we in the prosecutor or the?
Prosecutor.
Prosecutor, bookkeeper.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I currently have in the adopted column, I was assuming that would be your response, and it's in that is what it was this year, not showing the increase.
The 13,925.
Right.
Yeah, is what it is this year.
Is that fair to assume since no one said anything with that?
I agree with you.
Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you guys before you go any further. Always in the past, councils have me automatically take out all the raises and go back to this year's. So I've done that already in all of your funds. So, which, I mean, I can do whatever you want. I just assume, because that's what we've done in the past, that would be what you would want. Like start at square zero.
But I don't have a past, so.
Yeah. Well, and
So
we know
what you're
what
saying
Seaman
is
does, so,
the,
you know.
the column that says adopted is
Yes.
went back.
That's what we're
Okay,
projecting, yeah.
okay. So that one honestly doesn't look too bad, considering we're saving the prosecutor. I mean,
Well, can you go back to the 4D real quick, just a little?
See, look on that one, she had requested small raises, and I took all of those back to this year's
Okay.
amounts.
Give me just a second. Okay. Thank you.
number-wise, I'm getting about a $4,000 difference.
I can't hear you.
By number-wise, I'm getting about a $4,000 difference, both of them, total.
38 and change. Yeah.
To the good, I might add.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it's fair to note that we'd like to work on that office supply line.
I think we already did, didn't we?
Well, I
Right.
mean, with the
Yeah.
investigating and
Some of the things that Tim had talked
Yeah.
about the night
with the commissioners.
I think Tracy's looking into it, right? Other thoughts?
This is the only county general fund that actually pays office supplies out of their own account department. Because of the 4D and getting reimbursed from the state, you will want to track that separately. All the rest of office supplies for any county general department comes out of the commissioner's budget.
Okay.
But this one will budget separately.
Okay, so we have to keep this.
I'm saying you don't have to,
Right.
but you would lose the reimbursement from the state if you
Okay.
can't track it.
I mean, yeah, smart too.
Yeah.
Okay. But that somebody's gonna come up with every department of the office
Yeah.
supplies.
Yeah. Comments? Any more discussion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, animal control. Page 2. Where's that $5,000?
It's the
Oh, that
dog
was in the
dog
dog,
and cat
yeah.
food.
It's only 2,000. Yeah.
So far. this-
Jane, you weren't here, but the dog and cat food's only 2,000, not 7. You made a mistake.
Which looking at last year, looks like it's double comparatively.
Why don't we take the dog food out of the donation?
I think he said he uses donations to go with that.
He tries to
Use it
do,
for
He tries to do
everything.
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just thinking about,
It looks like last year you budgeted 1,000 for dog food. I don't see why we can't keep it at 1,000.
there's a ton in the donation account.
Well, I
From
think
what he told us at the meeting, he is full continuously. And now they have the cat house or whatever, the new facility that has all the cats, and it's full. And his food has, but he tries to do everything by donations on the food. A lot of people donate stuff, but that was his discussion when he was here.
You have to be careful with that donation fund too, because some of that is donor specific, so it can only be used on certain things.
for building, yeah. But
Yeah, because like that 17,000 he got that time was specifically for the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of it is.
You know, I don't think it needs to be 2,000 at all. But I wouldn't be opposed to having a little increase there just because, 1,000 may not do it.
1,500?
No, I wouldn't even do 1,500. Maybe 12, but that's it. Only because I think in 2026, we're all going to experience higher prices for everything. Everything. Including dog and cat food.
Amen to that.
That's speculation.
I got both.
That's kind of our job right now, right?
Hmm?
That's kind of our job right now, right?
Well, I'm just saying,
Well,
there's a lot of things out there.
yeah,
Maybe the
but
president
I'll
does.
tell you, the tariffs that are coming, right? Consumers don't really feel that for about 6 months.
Yeah.
And the administration has kind of gone back and forth a little bit, but they've kind of settled on August being the drop dead date.
Yeah, that's pretty,
Ultimately, tariffs are paid by the consumer,
yeah.
and we are the #1 consumer in the world. We're going to experience higher prices.
That's pretty subjective.
It's pretty true.
let me ask a question. If we lower the budget to 1,000, and I know he has a stash, if you will. I mean, really that needs to be gone through and used up. I mean, what's the worst thing?
And listen,
I mean, what's the worst thing?
I'm not necessarily opposed to taking it to 1,000.
Does he have anything
It was
in
just a
donations?
suggestion.
Does he have
I'm not gonna argue about $200.
No,
So,
I mean, what's the worst thing? He comes in and asks for.
yeah,
two or
ask for
five,
$200
two
more
or
or
five.
whatever.
I mean,
Right, right.
Yeah,
depending.
so
She's saying
I'm okay with
The
1,000.
That's not gonna kill him. I mean, he'll continue.
I think he said that he had,
So,
I mean,
if
I believe he's
it's
always
okay,
kind of had
okay.
a lot
Yeah.
It's on the report. He says.
of
Donations.
donation.
I'm okay with
food.
taking it to
Yeah.
1,000,
And
that's
schools, and schools started again, and I know a lot of groups do that kind of stuff.
Okay, put it at 1,000. Because he does have some money in his, but some of it's earmarked, like
Oh,
in
yeah.
his savings and his donations. But he may be fine, and we may have to have him a dog food drive. You never know. So, other supplies. 20290. Did he say what that was?
He cut it 500 from last year.
Yeah. I wanna say that's things like
Vac-
the
vaccines.
Fatal X that he uses, like his shots and things.
Yeah. And he spent
well, no, fatal X is up here, I guess, fatal substance.
But he's already spent 3222.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's not asking over and above what he needs.
I've heard comments over time that he does go to a very expensive vet.
But he takes most of them adoptions or donations,
Yeah.
so.
But, I mean, if you can go somewhere where you get more bang for your buck. I mean, I know you try to kind of keep them all kind of happy so that you can get in.
Didn't he say he went to various vets?
Yeah,
He
said it was
does,
like
he
all of them,
does.
pretty much. He said Newcastle's the cheapest, but you can't get in there all the time.
He takes multiples
Yeah.
there.
And in the vets, he's already used 4367. So I mean, it's only August, and he's almost expended his whole 5,000 anyway. So that would be hard to cut.
And Jane, we don't utilize the dog tax, do we?
But if you're paying higher prices, you're going to get there faster. That's just what I'm saying. And I think Milroy is the one that's high.
Anything else in this one?
On the tires, he has 1,000. He spent 450. In 23, he spent 732. He has 2 vehicles, doesn't he? That would be hard to say. Tires are expensive.
That's what I said.
I'm good with this. Does anybody else have any other comments?
Has he already quoted insurance? He's up $2,500 on his insurance.
What insurance are you talking about?
Vehicle insurance.
Vehicle.
30240.
But this year it cost him 7,100, 7,148,
So you're short already.
so I'm guessing,
Because in
Yeah.
24 it was $6,008, so,
yeah.
and if it's already been 7,000 this year, yeah, that would be, yeah. Okay. So, 123, 109.
That's something.
Yes. Okay. Are we good? Okay, Area Planning Commission, page 3. Okay, before we do that.
They said you're a lone one.
Damn.
Messed up, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So far on this one, the only thing I did was took out the half of Bill's salary that he was asking for.
Yeah, I don't think we can do that. It'd be nice, but I don't think we can.
He
do
was
it.
wanting half. The freshman, I don't,
He was asking for half of his salary. He wants to hire a replacement 6 months before he leaves
okay.
and then pay them.
That's just, that's not possible.
For the
Well,
part of
there
the
is
job
gonna-
that Bill doesn't do, right?
For the what?
It would be for Bill's job,
But he's asking for a replacement.
He's retiring at the end.
for himself, for when he retires.
He's just training.
Right, I know that. I'm talking about the part that Bill doesn't do, that, area planning, that stuff.
He does building, the part he doesn't is a building inspector.
In my notes, I
He does
think what he
building
was
I know that, I'm just saying.
talking about
How
is
Bill's
if the
jobs.
county's not paying the purse,
I have a plan.
there'd be a savings of $3,450 in 2025 and $5,454 in 2026 if we get this guy to be trained, because he won't be full-time, he would be in training. I think that's how I understood it, that from reading my notes.
Yeah.
And for the director, for 6 months transition, it'd be $22,375. Do we have that on there?
Yeah. Is under the notes, 2026 notes.
Okay.
column.
Okay. So, and there'd be an insurance savings of $10,286.65 is what I have. And he was thinking if he could find someone just a new, someone fresh out of Ball State or something that needed the experience.
What line item is that gonna be on, is that person?
It'd still be in the line item 10103.
Yeah, the new person
Yeah.
will be the director.
Because he would just be in training.
Bill doesn't do the He said he did.
He's got one in training now, doesn't he?
No.
No, it's the build, no, you're thinking of the building inspector.
Hughes can't do.
When is he retiring? When is his, isn't it?
End of next year.
December 26th.
Yeah. December 26th.
I just don't think we can afford to do that.
There's definitely going to have to be someone to replace him though.
Yeah, but I don't think we can, I just don't think we can afford a transition like he wants. I mean,
Not to mention, like, if we're looking at not providing raises and all those other things and making cuts in other places, that's an awful hard ask.
yeah.
Well, how are you going to just put someone in there and say, here you go?
That's what you're
kind
gonna do
that's
with
kind of
the
what we do
auditor.
with everyone
Think
else.
about that. I will leave December 31st and January 1st, and we'll start January 1st.
We got a new
without
sheriff,
big
that's how
training.
it works there.
It's
Each
crazy.
of us,
Are
each
you
of us
serious?
get
No, that's
moved
how- yeah,
out,
that's how it
moved
was
in,
with-
that's exactly
That
how
is
it
in all of
works.
these jobs. It's
I
crazy.
gave
They
myself
don't do
a
any
raise.
training.
Myself.
Not day one.
Nobody else gave it to me.
Yeah.
That just seems like a really important job, and yours too. I mean, just to say, here you go, have at it. It's like, wow.
It's like everything else, it's how well you do it.
Well,
I think we need to cut
you're
it.
only as good as you get
He said
trained.
to do.
This,
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Think
just
you're gonna
we're in a
have to-
position
Yeah, I'm
where
just
we don't have
laughing
a
because
choice.
that's county government.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to look at what kind of applicant you get and kind of go from there too.
hopefully good
I
people.
mean, hopefully a good one.
Well, he has to
Well,
pass
I
that one
understand
test
that.
anyway.
I mean, I understand that, but I mean, here you go, you go walk into an office, he does his own filing, his own bookkeeping, he does all that, and then here you go to work. I mean, and then people will be griping and complaining, this guy don't know nothing. Well, really? Why?
Yeah.
Because we never allowed him to be trained.
Was Bill our first hire for this job?
What do you mean?
He created the job. I remember when he was
been
the
like
first one that
20
came in.
He's been there a long
Who
time.
taught him?
Well, they go to school for that, so I mean, that's part of it, right? So,
Well, they turned down builders. Honestly, there were builders who wanted the job, they wouldn't give it to him.
so we have consensus that we don't want to do what he's asking?
I don't think we got any choice.
No, neither.
There's always a choice.
Does that need to be a motion and a roll call vote?
Yeah. Yep.
So moved.
Want me to do it?
Second.
So what exactly are we
Roll
voting on?
call. Do you want to give Bill the money for, to hire his new
Basically,
replacement or no?
$22,000.
Okay, so Connie.
So say it again?
The motion is not to do it.
Yeah, the motion is not to give that extra
Not to-
22,375,
not to
so he can train somebody for 6 months.
Yes, not to spend.
Okay, okay.
Not to spend. So we should be saying no, right? Not yes.
Well, yes, the part's
Okay,
all jacked up.
the motion was not to spend, so if you agree with not spending, you're saying yes.
Okay.
Okay, Tim,
Yes.
okay, Gabe,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Sharon.
Nope. Okay, page 4. Okay, the assessor is asking for a raise. But he has cut the budget by $13,950.
Which is outstanding.
So that's the reason he was asking for, the request for the raise.
Yeah, he didn't request it for himself, but he did
Right.
request it for his 3 staff members.
It was not for him.
Yeah.
And he cut his budget by $13,950. And he felt like that would compensate those raises.
Where's the
What did he say?
extra? I don't see
I'm not seeing-
13,000. I see maybe 6.
I'm seeing he had 165 was what he was adopted
He had a
last
separate
year, and
piece of
this year he
paper,
requested
Scott.
163.
Hmm?
He had a separate piece of paper.
Yeah, he has, I'll show you.
Well,
Yeah, that's in here.
I'm looking at the requested budget here versus what we've got here on the adopted budget, and it's only down 6.
Postage is down 6.
I mean, unless his, we're looking straight up at county general right now in the assessor budget, unless that 13,000 includes not only county general, but, the reassessment and sales disclosure, but I didn't
Okay,
think so.
it went down from, in postage, 6,500, he went down to 500. It was unchanged in the travel and training for 700.
Oh, there it is.
It was,
There it is.
okay.
Look on the required, on
Reading.
postage.
Uh-huh. He
It
cut
says
it
adopted
6,000.
budget 6,500, and then in 26 requested, they're 500. There you
500,
go.
yeah, so that's the 6,000.
Okay, I got you.
And then, let's see, where's the other big one?
Software support?
Pardon me?
Software support?
The assessing services, 2025 is 100,000. No, that went up, because he's requesting, 110.
Okay, you gotta be looking at something other than county general.
Yeah, the software support, I see that.
Okay.
He was, in 2025, he asked for 69,000, and in 26, he's only asking for 36.
So we got some other funds. Are you looking at the reassessment fund?
This is what he brought us,
Okay.
Yeah, so
So-
what's that number for the assessment fund?
yeah.
It looks like 51, page 51.
What, I can give you, it's 30970, the contract services, and then he said at 30110, moved 6,000 from county general fund to that. You see that? So, did you get one of these?
I did not, or Haley might in the pile.
Do you want it, or? do you
Yeah, I
need
can
this?
make a copy of it if you.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if you wanted it right now for that.
No,
Okay.
I'm fine, thank you though.
Yeah, 7,000 things to Why the increase in postage?
I would say I appreciate his savings,
Me too.
but along with the bookkeeper and the prosecutor, right? Would you?
Because on yours, you
Say the
have
same thing?
$172,200,
One, you got the other.
and on this one it's $163,747 in our book.
I'm sorry? In which one?
Oh, I think, did you move on?
Well, I was on the, I had flipped to the reassessment when we were talking about
Oh,
that. Do you-
okay.
Do you want me to go back to county general?
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay, we're on the same. Okay, sorry. Okay, so what page is the reassessment on?
51.
51? Thank you.
Increase 110, he hasn't.
Okay.
That isn't correct or last.
I guess other raises, I think he's done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Now the postage, I think, is that where he took that off to,
$6 grand off.
like it was really low?
Now, I don't know how he did that because it's like he's been
Real.
spending 6,500 a year. So I can't remember
Yeah,
how he did
postage
that.
7,000, he took it down at 6,500.
He moved it to the reassessment.
That's what it
Oh,
was.
is that, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but when you get there, I would be very concerned about that reassessment budget because that fund is been going in the red. And like, there's no cushion in the reassessment fund because we actually upped the levy percentage a little bit for that fund for next year, but I don't know that we upped it enough to cover additional expenses. So, I mean, I get what he was trying to do in moving it away from county general into reassessment, but if you create a situation that reassessment can't handle it, then you didn't benefit yourself.
So you're saying that that postage move can't be handled then?
I don't know. Now, what did he cut? Okay, hang on. You cut something out of reassessment. What did he cut? The software. So never mind.
Yes.
I hadn't looked at this budget yet. So he cut software enough, it will cover those additional expenses.
Okay.
Because he's actually requesting less in the reassessment fund because of that software support.
Yeah,
Did he say why that's going down so much? Because it has consistently been the 68,650 for 4 years in a row.
He just
It
gave
sure
us that
has.
sheet, so I, yeah.
Well, it's been
Yeah.
6,
Well, 21, wasn't it?
No, but for the last 4 it has been.
let's see what he said here.
Did it say in there, like, did
He
it go
went off
with
the
like
sheet
different
pretty much.
software
$32,000
company
in 1 year.
support or
So-
something?
software support 36,069. He said conversion fees completely paid 37,500 annual. Current annual services 25,400, possible increased annual fee. AS2 appeal man, prop man 5,700, possible increases. No, that's all.
So it's a different type of software maybe?
It doesn't say why.
Well, if you add 37 and the 25, is that where you get that total?
Did you
Is something,
understand that?
something
Yeah,
else paying the
it
37?
looks like they don't have to pay that conversion fee anymore. It must have been, that must be why it was so much higher for the last 4 years and then it's going back to more normal.
Sounds good.
So that was a pretty significant cut too.
It was.
So it was a total of 13,950 total?
That's one job.
That's what I have. 26 budget was cut by $13,950.
Good job.
That's with the raises though.
That assessing services, Jane, that's
I thought that was with the raises.
$25,000 a year we're paying someone here locally plus the contract, right?
We're paying an
30,
assessing,
55, 31.
we're paying an assessing assistant that works with Jeff to do the in-office part of
Mhm.
assessing. And then we pay a firm to actually go out and do the annual assessment.
And we pay her 25,000 a year, is that the clerk you're talking about?
Well, she's at 28 now with the raise we gave last year.
Where's the money going to the company we signed a $361,000 a year contract with for 4 years? Where's that in here at?
It's not out of county general, it's out of the reassessment fund.
Okay.
For this one.
Is that part of the assessment services then?
Under the reassessment fund, hold on, I'll pull it back up. That assessing services, the 110,000 is the contract.
Okay. That has to include the clerk, doesn't it, with that 110,000?
No, that is solely what we pay an outside company.
That assessment services, then that, if you multiply that times 4 is 440,000, which we kind of contract for 361. The commissioners did.
I don't think that's the amount of the contract, but I can,
That's what the commissioner signed, 361, then we hired the clerk for 25,000 a year. Which put us at 461,000.
Bob, do you remember what year the commissioner signed that?
Hmm?
Do you remember what year the commissioner signed that?
Been 2 years ago.
2 years ago, so we would have made the 2 payments, right?
Mm-hmm. Contract for 361,000 for 4 years.
No.
You know, maybe it's a little high, because we've been paying about 89,000 and change the last 2 years. And if you break up the 361,000, that puts it at about 90. So,
Plus the
which is what we've been paying.
plus the 25,000 we've been paying for the clerk that we have heard.
Right, but that's separate. Right. And that comes out of the county general. This comes out of reassessment. Okay.
It looks like he's asking for more because the contract's up for 26 through 30. They're renegotiating that.
You know, they offered us 400,000 for 4 years, we cut it 361 for the whole.
It looks like it's up again next year, so they'll have to renegotiate for 26 to 2030.
His reports are phenomenal.
That's pretty thorough. So I think that's why he's wanting additional. But he's done a pretty good job because his budget. I don't know about y'all, but I think we should move on.
Are we dealing with the small raises?
No.
No. I didn't.
And remember, Jane already pulled those out.
Okay.
So are we good with the assessor?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay. visitor.
I always take all her money.
No, she's taking all of ours.
She probably knows how.
I didn't ask for anything any different.
She's got it all anyway.
She knows what to do with it. Excuse me. It's
You have
identical
an
last
opening.
year, right?
You have an opening now.
Yes, I have a
One.
full-time opening and a part-time opening, and at the end of September, I will have another full-time opening. So I will be
Oh, my.
short 2/3 people. We're taking applications right now. We've got several. The last time we took applications, we got none. The time before that, we got 2. I hired one of those 2 people, fired her a few months later. So I have had a vacancy for some time, and my existing staff has had to work a lot of extra hours to cover that, but it's hard to find good people.
Imagine that.
For that
Yeah.
price, for sure.
I mean, we had a few that would have been great, but just it's the money. You know, as soon as you tell people, like we purposely didn't post it, but as soon as people email and goes, what does it pay? One guy said, well, thanks, but no thanks. Well, okay. How much? Yeah.
Did you
And
agree
you
with him,
find
walk
you
out
get-
with him?
I'm sorry?
Did you agree with him, walk out with him? I want more too.
No, I mean, it's a good job for the right person, but, you know, you're not gonna make money at these jobs. I mean, most people that work in the county, either, you know, you do it for your insurance benefits, you do it for it's close to home, it's flexible hours, a lot of holidays, I mean, whatever your reasons are. But
Jane, why do you not have any office supplies on there?
because all of the office supplies for county general employees come from the commissioner's budget. That's what I was saying earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right, okay, so.
The commissioner's budget is 52,000, and then that covers
Okay.
for all of, like me,
And
the
that makes
assessor,
it
the treasurer,
easier.
the recorder.
That makes it even easier to do what you were investigating.
Well, that's for the county general people.
Yeah,
No, but so
Right.
like your other departments, any other funds, like the highway fund is a separate fund, so they pay for their office supplies separately.
oh, okay.
So
I'm gonna
911's a
beat
separate
that dead
fund.
horse.
All your grants are separate funds, so your
Okay.
grants pay for, you know.
Yeah.
It still makes it easier, but
You say you are down 1 now?
1.5.
Or
I'm
one?
down 1.5. My part-time person Friday was her last day. So I've been short a full-time person for quite some time, and then now I'm short a part-time person.
How are you making that up?
Well, the other women are working extra hours. Like when I came over here for this meeting, Haley was still in her office, even though we closed at 4. She worked through lunch. So,
We'll just pitch a tent in her office, let her stay there.
yeah. I
And
mean,
there's
they
another
do,
one in September?
they do what they have to do. Yeah, I got another one leaving in September. Not because of me. I'm an excellent boss. They all love me. So, I'm just
I
saying.
did.
You
Oh.
forgot their birthday, Jane, they're mad.
How is your turnover? How long do they generally?
You know, Terry that's in my office has been in this office since 2014, but she's been in the courthouse since, I want to say 2000. She's got almost 20 years. Haley has been here about 3 years. Stephanie, well, 3.5 by now. Stephanie's been here to be 2 years in September.
So that's
So-
pretty good.
Not, yeah. Most of the employees that I have lost have been either going to, like if they're part-timers going on to a full-timer. Like in this case, my part-timer was at college. She went off to college. She had worked for me all last year during this school year.
So you
And-
knew that?
And then, yeah, and kind of the part-time before that was the same thing. It was a college girl that had worked and then left. One person's just moving, you know, so it's not, I mean, it's not necessarily, some of them are for money, but some of them are just other reasons.
and taking a part-timer from the high school is very difficult, right?
Well, it was Bailey Lucas is who we had. So, you know, she iced out, and she had class only in the morning, and she would come to me like she was getting here first semester like at 10 o'clock, and the second semester she didn't get in here till closer till noon. But she would be here then for the rest of the day. And she worked full-time hours this summer. She was working 33.5 hours over the summer, but then she's
So
on the way
then
to college.
you're open to a part-time high school student?
Oh, absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, Bailey did. She did a great job, and it worked out. So, if you have somebody in mind, send them my
I
way.
do have a couple.
Okay.
I got a couple in mind.
Is your turnover kind of typical of the other offices, or does it vary?
Probably, yeah. I mean, at one time I had done a spreadsheet where a particular office kept talking about how bad their turnover was, and somebody asked me to do a comparative data, and so, like at that time I looked at, I want to say it was probation, the assessor's office, my office, circuit court, superior court, some other office. I had more turnover than anybody, but, I mean, that's not, like, not counting the jail, I'm saying these offices, but some of it was, like 2 people retired and you know, like one person, her spouse moved, got a different job out of town, and she, I mean, so it's not, there's like a lot of reasons behind it, but my office, they work hard and not everybody was. So some of it have been people that have left my office going on to other offices. I've lost somebody to the recorder's office, somebody to circuit court, at one time somebody to the prosecutor's office. So your wife worked for me at one time.
Yep, for a couple months.
She'll tell you I was awesome, right?
She liked it. She liked it.
Yeah, but like in her case, she went on to the school, and that was a better fit because they had school-age children. So, you know, Stephanie that does payroll for the school corporation was my payroll person, and that job just paid a lot more money.
Yep.
So,
Which position are you losing in September?
What did you say? I can't hear.
She's asking what position she's getting ready to lose in September.
Okay.
I really don't want to say.
That's good.
Because until just now, that was not public knowledge.
Understood.
Any more questions?
Thanks, Jane.
On to BZA.
Yes.
I'm going to revisit just really quick the assessment contract. So Bob was very close. That contract was actually $355,680, and it was signed in 2022.
Dang, Bob, you're off so far.
You said 361. Very close. So,
Did a good job on that.
And what was that for?
the assessment, reassessment.
Yeah.
It's 2022?
Yes. Like they did their bids. Like I know he just advertised for bids, so he will be getting bids very soon. Like this particular bid was done in September of 21, but it looked like we actually signed the contract in February of 22.
For 361?
355.
Well, you told me 361 a year ago, but that's okay, I'll go along with you.
You know, every now and then, I'm just estimating.
You only lost $6,000, that's okay,
There you
Gene.
go.
Well, that's better. I'd rather been for 300.
Are we page 6, Sharon?
The Board of Zoning Appeals hasn't really changed
Doesn't look like it needs to.
that much. Page 7, CASA.
They were asking for no change, right?
No changes there.
Circuit Court, page 8. And the reason they're asking for more money is the pauper attorney fees. There's coming up either this fall or in the spring, there will be 2 double homicide trials, 2 attempted murder cases, and those are going to be Mr. Brandsetter and Judge Freed both said it was going to be very expensive.
And then also, if we remember, Betty said she thought one of those was already settled, or was gonna be settled.
I can't hear you.
If we remember, Betty said that she thought one of those was settled or was really close to being settled. And like, we can take that number down wherever we want, but at the end of the day, if they need it, they
They're
need
going
it.
to come in and ask for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know.
You mean 120,000?
Yeah, you can drop that to whatever you want, but when they need it, they're gonna need it, so, I mean, we don't have a lot of choices there.
Probably cut it in half and then pay them if they come in and need it.
That's what I was thinking, like lower it.
60,000.
Yeah, like, we could probably do it that, and if they need more, which they'll probably need more than 120, but, because that's just the way things work.
Bless you.
Thank you.
The only problem I have with that is when they ask, and I get, you just can't give every dollar amount, but when you know they're gonna come back and ask for more, I mean, and you just say, well,
Well,
let's just
well,
take
we
it
don't.
down to
Yeah, we don't know that.
But we don't know,
$100,000 and.
because they can
you
all
know,
settle.
Right.
Like, do I think they're gonna settle? Probably not, but could they settle? Sure. So,
Assumptions.
And we have a budget for this year of 95,000 there. And they've only, they've spent, what, 21,286, so they're on pace to spend this year about 35,000.
If they don't do those trials.
If they don't
in the
do those
fall.
trials, but that would be under, part of that expense would be under budget year 2025, not 2026. So, I don't know that you take it down all, half, but certainly take it down.
75.
Yeah, take it down and then come back for additional, that way we can try to meet our budget goal.
that helps for sure.
They haven't spent, how much? 70?
They've spent 21,286 as of today.
Yeah,
That puts them on pace to spend about 35 by the end of the year.
so they'd have 60 left over.
Well, I understand that, but I guess what I'm saying is with the big trials, that they might spend what we budgeted. And that could be part of the overall cost of what we're concerned about for next year. Is that, we'll be able to pay it in 25 rather than 26. So I agree with you that we don't need it to be 120.
Well, if you look back historically, it looks like they're fairly low
Mm-hmm.
compared to the 120. I mean,
Yeah,
60 grand's not low, but compared to
well, I got you. And given that, yeah.
I mean, the high is 60. 60 would cover the high.
120. But then we got those other trials,
And
so.
we've got 60,
So
kind of, like, still to play with.
Well, like what Bob said with 75, let's go there, and they need
The
more.
fact is, a
let's go
year
back.
from now, they may not have those trials yet because they put them off for 2 or 3
Exactly.
years, so it might be
Yeah.
And there's a lot of-
2028 budget.
That's true.
Yeah, and a lot of play with.
So I think that does allow us to put a little room in the budget there.
Yeah, I agree.
So what are you proposing?
75.
What'd you say?
75.
I'd pick 60, but it's whatever you want to do.
Well, that's what I suggested, but it's still more than what they've had.
Outside that, nothing's changed much, right?
Yeah.
You had requested raises, but I took those out on
Yeah.
those first couple lines.
Okay. Okay, so it is now taken down to 203 for 2026.
Mm-hmm.
203, 206, so it's been cut by 66,000.
Psychiatric evaluations, we don't have any trials at all.
Anything else on circuit
You had
court?
to treat it, kill somebody.
Can you scroll it up, Jane? Or down, or whatever?
No, I mean,
Theoretically, if we don't spend it this year and we don't spend half of it next year,
pay for
we've
that.
got
Pay
it
next
for the
year.
budget for 27.
If we get lucky,
Yeah.
we won't be lucky. But we can hope. Anything else?
Are we good?
Yeah.
Can we
Okay.
vote on that?
No.
EMA Civil Defense. And the director was asking for $2,000. EMS volunteer fire.
Emergency notification system, $5,000. That seems, do you have a reason for wanting that much? That's 30771.
I don't remember what he said on that.
Yeah, he's gonna,
It's the e-dispatch.
yeah, e-dispatch,
It's a secondary to 911.
yeah.
It's also paid for by CFD and city, I think.
A big chunk of it is.
Do we know?
That's why I have
How
a
much?
question mark, like how much the city gonna put toward it?
They were also looking at some sort of app, Tango,
Yeah.
to turn their phones into a two-phase radio system. Two-way radio.
So is he gonna need the 5,000 from us, or is the city gonna kick in part of that too?
I think that is with the city kicking in part of it.
That's what I understood too.
So do we need to fund the full 5,000, or go half of it and let the city pick up the balance? Does he need a total of 5,000?
Yeah,
And we can go 2,500 and see what the city says.
he needs the 5,000.
Did you say he does?
I think so.
So keep it at 5. Go ahead.
I'm not 100% sure what this is, but I know like the one emergency notification system that I know we're half and half with the city, it actually comes out of the commissioner's budget. That's not this. Like, this is something different than like what it used to be, I want to say Evergreen or something, and now I don't know, civil, I don't know what it's called now, CivilCon or something like that. No,
Evergreen?
not that. Like, this is new. Like, this is not, I mean, if you look at prior years, this is nothing we've ever paid. But the notification system that we've had for years, is the city paid half of, it comes out of the commissioner's budget. That's not this.
So
Yeah, he said it was something
We shouldn't
new.
commit to it, right? Or do we need to?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I didn't want there to be confusion that this is the one that we've always paid for. It's not, because
It's
the
a
commissioners
new
still have,
item.
when you get to commissioner's budget, you're going to see that again.
So-
Because they still have the one they've always paid out of their budget.
So is the one, the Everbridge, what used to be Everbridge, now it's whatever, is that the 911 emergency notification? Because I have written in my notes that this was a secondary one to 911.
Yes.
So that.
So we still have what used to be the Everbridge out of the commissioner's
And
budget.
that's essentially the emergency 911 notifications.
Yes,
So-
and then this is something,
A secondary
New and
system on the
different,
backside
yes.
of it. And it looks like you paid $1,187 out of it so far this year.
yeah, 2260 has gone to Civic Plus, and then 11, can't tell if that's an 1164 and 1184, has gone to Tango Tango.
And that's the app that turns your phone into a two-way radio.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what he's, that amount that's spent, just highlighted so far, that's what that has been. So, old woman eyes will have to.
So we
make
need
this
to
a bigger
budget it, or
font
don't
here.
we?
Well, we budgeted 4,000 last year, he's asking for 5. And he's on pace to spend just under 2.
But that doesn't mean that there isn't a bill coming in December.
Right.
That would take all that
If
out.
we commit 2,500, that'd be plenty, wouldn't it? Or 2,000?
Well, 'cause that's asking-
Well, it might be, I mean, he asked for 4 last year, he's just asking for an increase this year. We gave him 4 last year.
So he's still got money to work with.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe that bill's not in yet. A lot of times those systems come in late, and you pay them by the year or quarterly, 6 months, whatever.
And he did say something that Tango Tango had something to do with 911.
It turned your phone into a two-way radio.
Yes.
So then it would actually lower the cost of radios, hopefully.
So So do we need to commit 5,000 or not?
I think we need to
I
give him
think
the,
so. I mean, it looks like it's down about 6,000 and change from last year's budget.
I think we need to give him what he asked for.
I think the question still remains though, we're funding this department, but yet they're not allowing the volunteers to work.
That's not
Well,
our,
that-
that's not our
those are
concern.
the,
That's-
those are the other $2,000 requests he's making, the field equipment and
It's
the,
just temporary.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, I
the
know.
commissioner
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah.
So he's actually asked for 7,000 basically.
well,
No, it's two totally separate things.
it's a separate deal.
Like $2,000 in equipment, I guess.
He's wanting some news, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see anything big that needs to change there. That's my opinion.
I think it's good.
I think it's good too.
It's actually down about
About
7,000.
about the emergency notification system, you know, okay, if he thinks he needs $1,000 increase for that, all right, but I don't know that we need to spend $2,000 on volunteer equipment when we don't have volunteers that are able to
That's
do
just
anything with it.
temporary.
But that's just temporary.
That's temporary.
Well, and then come in for an additional appropriation like we're gonna make the pauper attorneys do, for the pauper attorney fees,
That's fair.
I mean,
you know?
They're gonna iron that situation out soon.
Well, I hope
Because he can't
so.
do without volunteers.
Well, I
Very
mean-
long.
Well, I hope so. But it's, you know, they've got a issue that they've got to deal with right now,
Yep.
so.
That is a fair statement.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying give him what he's asking for.
I'm not opposed to dropping those $2,000 equipment, field equipment. I'm not opposed to that.
Because he's already dropped from 2025.
But right now, they don't have any volunteers that are able to do anything. And once
They're
that
able to do it.
situation's resolved, let's go
And
do
that's a
it.
different story.
It's gonna be resolved soon though, because he can't
But-
do without him.
But until it is, there's no need for equipment.
And it's a pretty serious thing that they've got going on right now too, that is,
It's pretty serious that he doesn't have any volunteers.
well, it's a pretty
it's
serious
our-
reason why he doesn't too.
Yeah, that's nothing we can control.
Right.
That's commissioners.
I say you don't fund something that's not there.
I agree.
We're here, calendar.
So what it is dropped down to 61,930.
If we take out those $2,000 requests.
So what are we dropping?
Those two 1,000 piece right here. Drop these two.
Okay, the $2,000.
Because there's no volunteers at this point.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay. Page 10, clerk. She did not ask for a raise. She did for her employees. And this next year is gonna be an election year. That's the reason that she said her postage would be up. I think the meeting expense was because of the election year with that training, I believe she was talking about. Am I wrong on that? Or you weren't, I'm sorry. Questions? Okay, so we're good?
Yep.
Yep.
So,
For now.
That's like, how much? 85? 8,500?
86.
Good.
coroner is next. And he, with what he has, he gave us the extra paper too, Jane. His savings that he has from his budget is $1,425.
Well, right now I'm living with two women. If I die, I wanna know why.
I think we know.
Double poison.
He's deleting uniforms, photo equipment and supplies, postage, travel and training expenses, and meeting expenses.
Now, they do have like a deputy already, right? Or how does that work? 'Cause in other
Yes,
words,
Kathy.
and then.
Right now,
how-
she's paid out of that assistant coroner claims line, the
Okay.
30951.
All right. So I know he wanted to put her in as a full-time salary or whatever, or a salary. And if he did that, then he lowered the assistant coroner claims to 3,000. Last year was 6. Looks like he's about 5 right now for the year. So we probably ought to raise that if we take out the first deputy, 9,600. Does that make sense?
So is the first deputy, is that Kathy?
I'm assuming that's who he wanted to make first deputy, yes.
Yeah.
Jane, correct me if I'm wrong, but State Board of Accounts wanted us to create or to put things in different line items, whether it be stuff in supplies versus other supplies, that type of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Could that be the case when we're talking about the autopsy supplies on fund number 20421? I mean, no, excuse me.
Oh.
Well, the 20421 is autopsy
20421, yeah.
supplies,
Autopsy
20401 is
Yeah, wait a
autopsy
minute.
panels.
Wait a minute. Wrong line. 30961, autopsy panels and labs. Okay? If you look at what they spent in 21, 22, and 23, there was a significant drop-off to 24. Did we move something from one line to a different line because of that State Board of Accounts deal?
If you look at 30401, pathologist and autopsy, he's requesting 44.
Uh-huh.
And like in prior years, not counting 24, we spent, like, in 23, we
COVID-19,
spent
you had
34,
2020.
22. I don't know if maybe he's planning on paying for, like, not doing the autopsy panels and labs, like paying for it out of pathologist and autopsy.
I wonder if COVID had something.
COVID had a lot to do with
Factored in
that
on
Yeah,
that.
might
for a
have.
couple of years.
I wonder if COVID
Well,
was
I
involved
get,
in that.
well, I mean, it could have
Extra.
been, but I guess I was saying here that, we were really been out of the pandemic since, late 22, 23. And we had significant, I guess I'm just wondering if he's going to pay some of those things out of a different line item and why that significant drop off there. Because if you look at his overall cut, I mean, that's
Most of it.
kind of significant compared to other year to date. And the only thing that explains that is paying it somewhere else. And I didn't really see that
Right.
in that other line.
And the only thing I am guessing is in the pathologist and autopsy line. But he didn't increase that request really either, so.
No. So my concern in looking at all that is that 500 number realistic? And I guess I just don't know.
I mean, looked at 24 and 25, they look realistic.
Well, yeah, absolutely it does. but I'm just trying to figure out why there was such a
Yeah,
drop
I
off.
definitely understand.
Is there a correlation, I wonder, between the autopsies and the, like the court cases? I mean, you know, just saying,
They usually correlate with overdoses.
yeah, that's, that too. But I mean, if you've got
Just curious.
high stakes trials, you're gonna, just thinking,
The autopsy usually correlate with overdoses.
Okay.
So,
And those have been
any
down.
more questions on the coroner?
Nope.
So, what were we cutting? What was, or was it pretty good the way it is?
The only thing we took out was the first deputy, and then we upped the assistant.
We took
coroner.
out the first deputy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was never there, and he put it in there.
It's like a brand new position, so what they did, what has happened here on the 26 adopted budget, what Jane's done is she zeroed that out and put back what it was budgeted for in the assistant coroner and claims. That's what she did,
Okay.
okay? And it still gives the coroner a cut from what's being requested by about $6,600, it looks like.
So it's not doing away with?
No,
It's
absolutely.
not doing away with the person who takes care of it,
Okay,
it's just no title.
Okay. Okay. Page 12, county commissioners.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 2 hours now. Do we want to try to tackle this one now? Or should
I say skip that one.
we'll try to go on to something smaller?
Yeah, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Try to go something, knock out. Do we try to limit these things to about 2 hours or?
You wanna do county council, page 14? Because there's really nothing has changed there. Comments on anything on county council?
Nothing there.
Huh?
There's nothing there.
Not much there, no.
Okay. Drainage board, that's a part of the commissioners and
Not much there either.
the election
Well,
board.
there are, but
There's nothing there. for
Drainage
drainage
board,
board
yeah.
anyway.
I know, that's why I said we're not, it's with the commissioners anyway. Okay.
Election board.
The election board, page 16.
Yep.
That voter registration per diem, they've not paid that in the past.
Yeah, I'm not in favor of going along with that either.
So that needs to be struck out, stricken.
And the $30,000 in precinct board.
Yeah, that's not,
members.
there's no precinct board members.
Where are you at, would you say?
She says she's got precinct board members on there. She meant poll workers, right, Jane?
Does that change though?
Oh, I
with the-
see it.
Does that change with the new centers?
Now there,
Well,
she's,
no,
There
but-
has always been precinct board members, if you
Yeah.
look in prior years.
Right, but not
Before
for,
well, she had made a
23-22.
mistake on one of them.
yeah, I
and
had
she-
80,000, she just didn't need that.
She sent me a email, let me see if I can find it, and correcting it, because we questioned her.
Okay.
So let me see here.
I had down that also pays for early election workers.
but we've had early for,
Yeah, but
You
not to the
always-
extent we're doing it now. Especially with the polling places open.
right.
That machine thing went up way too. Machine programming?
That shouldn't be a,
It looks,
Well, it
looks
was
like it's on.
15,000 and 22.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The support and the
24,
program.
it was 21.
So 25,000, plenty, I would think.
Okay, till I have her email, let's skip this. No, that's a clerk. Is it the election board? I can't remember
Yeah.
which.
Dawn.
I know. I'm trying to think of which one. There was she made a mistake, and until I can see my email, I don't want to. Let's go ahead and go.
I had it down that it was,
Did you write
precinct.
down?
I had it down that it was the precinct board members. Is that everybody else?
What's that?
Precinct board members, yeah.
The 30,000, that was the mistake she's talking
Yeah,
about?
it's supposed to be 15,000.
I put 15, yeah.
I can't remember what it was, and
But
she
that's-
did clarify it with me there. She sent me the email, but I did not bring it, never even thought about it.
Well, let's make it 15.
Yeah, that's what my notes say, was it was cut to 15.
Why was 24 9? I wonder that. I mean,
Is that
15
the-
is the high, 9 is the low.
Isn't that the first year she used the
Voting centers?
voting centers? I think that's why. So if we cut it to 15, she should come in under budget, right?
Yeah. That 10-219 voter registration is first time they've paid them per diem?
No, I think, we had talked about getting rid of that.
Yeah.
10219.
If we would cut that, and if we would cut the board members to 10, if she went over, could she transfer, use other funds within that somewhere?
She couldn't transfer from another department, but she could transfer within this same budget if there was
Right.
any line that there was extra money in.
Right, that's what I'm asking.
What was the maintenance for 15,000? Because there has never been that before.
It's machines, the new machines.
Do what?
The new machines.
Okay.
We've had them for a while.
17,000 to program them. Paid 5,522.
Like I said, till I get that email, I'm not comfortable doing anything because I don't know which one it was. If you guys have that accurate, then
Let's get
I
going
don't
to
know
the
why it costs 3 times as much to program as it did back in 22.
programs paying every year. It might depend on how complicated that machine is.
Well, buy an uncomplicated one.
Do they make those anymore? I don't know.
move on to page 17, extension office. Okay.
Are we gonna do anything about Becky Marvel and losing her funding? Because she did so much.
And that was a national program that cut that,
I know.
so.
I'm just asking if we're gonna do anything to replace that service.
What was the maintenance? $15,000.
Station office.
We're an extension
Come back to that
office.
one.
We're gonna come back to that one. One more, Bob.
Oh,
There you go.
What was the contractual services for our station office?
Purdue, it's what we pay for the extension agents.
Is that expected to go up?
Yes. We already have, they give us that information beforehand, so we can budget.
And Purdue pays a chunk of that, right?
Yeah, if we have 2 full-time agents and they each make, let's just say 50,000 a piece plus benefits, I mean, that we're getting $150,000 worth of service for 53.
That's where right now it's 2 full-time.
The only thing that I see is the travel and training, they're at 35, and they was at 35 in 2020, or 3,000 at 2025, and they've only expended 856. And 24, it was only 2,000, but in 23, it was 4,000.
I would say they're reorganizing that right now, and I would say they're probably gonna have a lot of training this next year. Purdue has made some significant
So are
cuts.
we assuming that?
We're
That's not
assuming
into
it.
place yet?
It's happening.
Just saying.
I mean, we can cut if you like, but
But if they're down a service, then they may not,
well,
the training that goes
that
along
was
with
through
that
a
particular.
national program. That
Yeah.
wasn't through.
Yeah. But did we pay any of the training for that? No. I mean,
I don't
We didn't
think
pay
so.
anything for Becky Morrow. She was totally separate. I mean, she was housed in our courthouse, but that was
I
it.
think that was it's
Purdue paid for everything for her, didn't they?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, we're sitting at 856.
So is this, where, would this be coming out of county?
I'm sorry?
Is this coming out of county now, or is this gonna be?
Yeah. Like this part of, we've always budgeted. This is just for
Mhm.
the extension agents and the secretary, you know, in our
Right.
office. Like
She was
Becky and
just
those
a-
2 other ladies were a completely separate program that
They were just a bonus to
borrowed
us?
space. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we would cut travel and training, they could come back for additional
Yes.
from county.
They could.
Is what it
Yes.
is. Yes. Do we go down to 25?
Good.
You said travel and training at 2,500?
That's what it sounds like. Something at 25, right?
Oh, that's a good average.
I'm sorry. So you're gonna take travel and training?
2,500?
Okay. Is everybody good with this? Oh,
Skip that one.
okay, it's 7 o'clock. Do you want to move on, or do you want to, because the next one's a biggie too, it's jail.
I think this is a good stopping point.
Okay.
I just texted Zach and he was on his way. So
Really?
give me time to forget it.
Yeah.
Let's do it Thursday.
Make a motion to recess until Thursday at 5 p.m.
Second.
Second.
We're not gonna have it tomorrow.
All in favor?
Thursday.
I moved.